Hey, Melissa here, certified health and life coach. I want to talk about fear. I've had some doozy fears over the span of my lifetime. Let's talk about some of my childhood fears and how outrageous they were. So, made a quick little list. Acid rain. I remember in elementary school learning about acid rain, and I don't think I learned it properly or that I really focused on the lesson. More of what I took away from it was that the literal raindrops coming down that were going to touch my little rain jacket and my face were pure acid. I was petrified of rain for years because of that one time I learned about acid rain in elementary school. Spontaneous combustion. I don't know if this was one of those times as a kid that I shouldn't have been watching Unsolved Mysteries or whatever the program was, but there was a literal person who spontaneously combusted, like burned from the inside out. Like massive fear of that for so long. Anytime I got a fever, anytime I just got overheated, oh my God, I'm about to catch fire. The next one is actually catching on fire. You know, the whole stop, drop, and roll. I really thought I'd be doing a heck of a lot more of that throughout my life. Turns out I hadn't done it once. Hopefully never. Scurvy. Oh, this was a huge one for me. I spent my whole childhood believing I was going to get scurvy. We didn't have much money, and so oranges, we only saw those in our stocking at Christmas. That was it. We didn't eat any type of citrus fruit throughout the year, and learning about scurvy in school, I was convinced I was getting scurvy and I was going to die. Leaving my foot outside of the blanket in bed. I know I'm not alone with this one. Something might come up and grab my foot. Here's one that I don't know that anybody else on the planet might share. Eating crust off of toast. When I was little, this uncle of mine, by marriage, he had told me that I need to eat the crust on my toast because it's going to put hair on my chest. I didn't eat crust until I was a grown-up. Now, obviously, somewhere along the way, the rational part of that, kicked in, but he wasn't taking any chances. So I eat crust now and no hair. Okay, so those are my childhood fears. And what each of those, what I've learned as a much more grown-up adult now in my life is that not one of those things actually came to fruition. I didn't burn from the rain. I didn't get scurvy. And nothing ever grabbed my foot when I left it outside of the blanket. So chances are a lot of those were the stories I was telling myself, right? First, the story someone else told me, but then what I did with those stories afterwards. So let's talk about adult fears, right? So leaving a toxic relationship. What's the story you're telling yourself? Maybe I'll never find someone else. I don't want to die alone. Even though this is bad, it's what I know. It's what I'm comfortable with. I don't know what's out there, right? So these are the stories we're telling ourselves. Quitting a job or changing a job, right? Like there's all this panic of, what if I don't find something as good? Or what if I don't like the people at the next job? Or what if I don't make enough money? Or what if I lose that job? And then what? Quitting alcohol. I am coming up on my 4 years alcohol-free, very proud of myself. That was a huge accomplishment because it was hard to do. But I had a lot of fears. Like the stories running amok in my head were, my friends won't want to hang out with me. I won't be as fun. What if I never dance again, right? You have that liquid courage to get up on that dance floor. What if I'm not as funny as I thought I was? Right? Like all of these crazy thoughts and stories swirling around in my head. Being laughed at. Oh, I've carried this one pretty much my whole life. Like, what if people laugh at me? What if I try something and they laugh? Being judged. That's another one, like, what are people gonna think about me? What if I do this thing? What if I take this leap and they're just judging me? Fear of growing old. I think a lot of people have this one, you know, like I don't want to get old. I see the older people. I see what's happening to my parents, my grandparents. Maybe you work in a nursing home and you're seeing firsthand on a regular basis. So that is, you know, a fear that a lot of people have. But again, what connects these fears, these adult, which we call our rational fears, compared to our irrational childhood fears, is that really, it's almost not anything to do with the thing itself or the event, but it's to do with the stories that we're telling ourselves. So what if you stay in that toxic relationship, but what if you got out and discovered the world was amazing and you could do things and you could be on your own and you are lovable and you don't need a relationship to prove that you're lovable. You need to love yourself first and then everybody will kind of come. The alcohol. Turns out I can dance sober, and turns out I am still funny. Toot my own horn there. And boy, do I love life when I can be present for it and be clear-minded for it. Being laughed at, no one can laugh at me. I'm either going to laugh with you or I'm just not going to care. I'm not going to care that you're laughing because I'm Teflon. You can't penetrate this. And then being judged, kind of the same idea, right? Like, who's judging you? Who is so important that you have to make sure that they have the most amazing opinions of you? Other people's thoughts and opinions of you, none of your damn business. I love that. That takes a huge weight off of my shoulders. Growing old, we're not actually fearing growing old. We're fearing growing old unwell. We're fearing that loss of independence. We're fearing a loss of mobility, of quality of life, of getting to the end and not having taken the leap on that business you wanted to start, on taking that solo trip across the world, on whatever it is. Like, we have far greater fears of regret than we do of growing old. Imagine the difference, right? Two pictures here. One, you're 85 to 90 sitting on that front porch in the rocking chair and you are reminiscing. You are in that nostalgia zone of what a beautiful life. I took chances. I loved. I was vulnerable. I overcame my fears. Amazing. I'm so happy and satisfied with the life up until now. Or you're sitting in that chair and you can't get out of it unassisted. And you're sitting there with all of your thoughts of the things you didn't do, the chances you wish you'd taken, all of it. So you have a choice right now of which path you're going to take. So are you going to let fears that are largely unfounded, right? These are just like anxious thoughts that are repeating over and over and over in our minds. Are you going to let that stand in the way of the best life ever? Or are you going to get out of that comfort zone? Because guess what happens outside of that comfort zone? Magic. It's so incredible. It's uncomfortable at first, but then it's not. Then it's beautiful. Then it's wonderful. Then it's all of the things because you took the chance, right? Better to fail taking the chance than to sit with the regret of never having tried, right? Okay, that is your unscripted for today. Love to hear some of your childhood crazy fears and give it some thought today. What are some of the adult fears that you're having that you're rationalizing, but maybe it's just the stories you're telling yourself? All right, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.